All right, happy Wednesday to everybody. This is a lesson for the grade 8s. It's the last thing we're doing in this unit, our September unit. And we're going to continue on with our multiplication and division of base numbers by just multiplying and dividing exponents with the same base. It's very similar. When we talk today, the key word in this title is same. The bases have to be the same in order for us to do this. If we remember, if we have a number like 4 to the power 2, this here is the base, and this is either referred to as your exponent or your power. So some people say 4 to the power 2 or 4 to the exponent 2. So it really doesn't matter which way you do it, just as long as you know the vocab that we're talking about. Anyhow, we're going to multiply and divide exponents with the same base. And I want to show you that there is a logical progression from where we're starting. So I'll start with what we learned already. What we started with was something along the lines of a number like 7, and we were to multiply it by 1,000. And we found out that when we multiply it by a power of 10, this 1,000, all we do is we move the decimal place over 3 places, and our new number is 7,000. We counted up the number of zeros in the power number, and there was 3, so we moved the decimal place over 3 places. That was our first thing that we did. Now our second thing that we did was we took that same number and we did something like 42, and this time we wrote it as an exponent, so 10 to the power 3. We realized that 10 to the exponent 3 is 10 times 10 times 10, and after some work in the last few days, we know that it's 1,000. But if we're going to multiply this, we don't need a calculator. We just know that this here is 1,000 because there are 3 zeros in it. And we will take our 42, our decimal was there, and we'll move it 3 places. We have to put our placeholders in, and our new number will be 42,000. All right? So very, very similar to the first, except this time we did it with an exponential number. And our very next one we did is we looked at a number like this, and we had to decide which one we were going to use as our base and which one we were going to multiply it by. So most people said, well, it's easier just to say this is 1,000, and I'll multiply it by 10. 10 is a power of 10, obviously, and all I'll have to do is move this decimal place, 1 place over, and add a 0. So 10 times 1,000 is 10,000. And here's where it gets really close to what we're doing. From this, you should know that 10 to the 1, which is 10, times 10 to the 3, which is 1,000. And if we were to rewrite this out, it would be 10 times 1,000. We already know that's going to be 10,000. We just did it over here on the left. But there's a rule for doing this really quick, and the rule is if the bases are the same, and they are, they're both 10, all we have to do is add the exponents. So in this case, we would leave the base the same, and we would add those exponents, and 1 plus 3 is 4. We know that 10 to the 4 is 4 zeros, and that's the same as that. And that's kind of how we're proving it out. So remember, here's your rule for you. So the rule is when multiplying exponents with the same base, you simply add the exponents. And it's really important, this word right here. I put it in uppercase letters. They have to have the same base. So just to do a few more with you, and we did a whole bunch today, it doesn't matter if it's 10 anymore. If the base is the same, so 3 to the power 3 times 3 to the power 2, because of the rule of same base, add the exponents, this will be 3 to the power 5. We're simply adding that 3 plus 2. If you want to do an even bigger one, doesn't really matter what numbers we use, 6 to the power 10 times 6 to the power 20. Now we'd never write this number out because it's far too big, but this is only 6 to the exponent 30. And that's how we leave it. We leave it in exponential form. So it really kind of goes along well with what we just did. Now all we have to do is figure out division. And here it comes. Here's the rule for division. So when we're dividing exponent or exponential numbers that have the same base, we are simply going to subtract the exponents. Remember, it has to be the same. If it's not the same, it doesn't work out. This goes along with what we've been doing, because when we multiplied by base 10 numbers, we went to the right. And when we divided, we had to do the opposite. So the opposite was to go to the left. Well, if we're multiplying exponents, we add. The opposite when doing division, you would think, okay, it can't be add the exponents together. I must do something different. So it is. You're going to subtract the exponents. I'll start here with an example with 10, a base 10 number. 10 to the 5 divided by 10 to the 2. Our bases are the same, so our answer is going to be 10 to the 3. And I mean, I could write those out and prove them out to you, but everyone would seem to be getting along pretty well with them today. Now we can get off. We don't have to have the number 10 anymore. I can go any base as long as it's the same. 5 to the exponent 7. We're going to divide that by, that looks like a percentage sign. Hold on. We can divide that by 5 to the exponent 3, and that will equal 5 to the exponent 5. Easy peasy. Don't get caught up in something like this. 5 to the exponent 7 times 10 to the exponent 8. You would have to do that long ways in standard form, and that's not what we're doing today. That'll come in another lesson in another month. But we're doing that right now. That's about it, and maybe I'll just show you one sneaky one that I might put on the grade 8 test. Check this one out. What if I said to you 7 to the exponent 6 divided by 7 to the exponent 10? If you look at it, our rule is when dividing with the same base, you subtract. You could get an answer for this. You just have to know what 6 minus 10 is, and that's where we started this in the first week of September. If it's 6 and we take away 10 hot, it is going to be -4. You've probably never seen a -4 as an exponent, and you really won't anymore till you get to high school. But just to see who is using this video, I'm going to throw it on there and leave it as a bonus question on the test. Good luck. Come see me tomorrow if you have any questions.